Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. And now I've gone and thrown it all away. My ticket, yes, I went to the world premiere of Bohemian Rhapsody. We are the champions, my friends. Champions. We are the champions. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm gonna make it supersonic method of you. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. So it's taken a while for me to get to this review because on my birthday I got premiere tickets, world premiere tickets to the Bohemian Rhapsody world premiere at Wembley Stadium, which was just incredible. Brian May was there, Roger Taylor, there was a drag queen, there was some Strictly Come Dancing dancers and celebrities, and huge, like 7,000 people all stamping their feet and cheering. Let me just tell you right now, if you are not a fan of Queen, please don't go. Please don't go, and please don't sit there and be grumpy and say this is a bunch of rubbish, because it's just not your thing. But if it is your thing, if you grew up in the 70s and it was always on the radio, and like my friends at school, we would take our little transistor into the changing rooms at lunchtime, because at 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, they would do the countdown of the new charts and they would play the number one. And for 14 weeks, I remember this distinctly, for 14 weeks, Bohemian Rhapsody was number one. And we would sneak in there just to hear it one more time. Walkman or iPods or your phone that you could just listen to a piece of music whenever you wanted to. And I got caught once by Miss Wilkinson, who told us very quickly to turn off the transistor radio and get back out into the fresh air. It was just such a treat, such a treat. And there was a purple carpet and people being interviewed, and I went with my friend Vanessa. We just had the best time. It was really great. And of course there's been all the controversy because Bryan Singer, who was the director, got fired or left for health reasons, and your man Dexter Fletcher took over, but he wasn't there. I guess he'd been asked to keep a low profile. As far as the script and the story, it's a biopic about Freddie Mercury, who of course was an incredible talent, and I've had conversations with friends of mine who are not Queen fans, and they get that this man was just something extraordinary, like Michael Jackson, like Prince, like, you know, George Michael. There was something that set them apart, either from their own band members or just because they were, you know, they were extraordinary talent. Touches a little bit on the beginning of the AIDS epidemic, and of course Freddie Mercury died from AIDS. There were a couple of sort of really long drawn out scenes, him explaining to his wife that really he was gay, and she's like, yes, really, I know. Another long drawn out scene when he tells the band members, I'm HIV positive, culminates in the Live Aid concert, which sort of brought them all back together. And because of CGI and because of this incredible performance by the young man who plays Freddie Mercury, you feel like you're there. You just feel like you're there. And by the end, the 7,000 people at Wembley Arena were all on their feet. And I was just sobbing my eyes out. It was really an experience. And, you know, could have had a bit more story, could have had a bit more grit to it, which has been some of the other criticisms. But it really is a pure piece of entertainment. And the performance of Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury is amazing. His whole physicality, the way he puts the ball of his foot on the stage and leans back with the microphone stand. It's the most exquisitely, it's not a portrayal of somebody. He really does embody what I remember Freddie Mercury being like. The boy that plays Brian May, I was like, oh, he doesn't really look. And then they showed old photographs from the 70s, and this actor looks just like him. P.S. Why doesn't Brian May cut his hair? Please, would you cut your hair? I know you're an old rocker, but it's you'd lose 10 years if you cut your hair. And Anita Dobson as well. She's got this little sort of Joan Collins bouffant thing with all the curls on the top. Like, honestly, if I dragged them both to the hairdressers and sat them down, they would both lose 10 years off their age. Just like that. Just my opinion. email me or comment and tell me what you thought of the film, because I want to join the love fest for this film, which was just so enjoyable from beginning to end. In fact, I'll probably go and see it a couple more times before it comes out of the cinema, because I just loved it. Entertainment value, 5 out of 5. Slightly dodgy storytelling and cliched script moments, 4.5 out of 5. There you go. You'll know when I have a 5 out of 5. There won't be any picky things from this writer, director, actress who thinks she knows all about everything. I don't, of course, but I do have quite strong opinions.